Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. And if you're on YouTube, make sure that you're subscribed. There's a subscribe button just down below here. And also, if you're joining me through just my Facebook group, just make sure that you let me know who you are when you are joining me. So this is part of my regular Monday morning live, and this is where I show a 3D item or else a fancy fold card. And just beware that this is part of a live, that I'm going live. So if you're watching on replay and you don't like that sort of stuff, just scoot on by. But honestly, they may have some questions that you have as well. So this is actually a fancy fold. Hello, Pam. You just sat down for a rest. That's amazing. In any event, I am doing a card that one of my team members that actually went and showed it in our team Facebook group, and basically it's an easel fold, diamond easel fold card. But I'm going to simplify this up just a tad, and then this way, what I can do is it'll allow to see an easier way, and then in a couple more weeks. And I'm kind of waiting till something else comes out in order to do this card. But, excuse me, I want to show you how you can do this, but it's very simplified. So just beware, it's simplified. It doesn't have a lot of layers, and it is easy to do. All right, so we are going to be using Stars at Night. And the Shining Brightly Designer Series paper. This Shining Brightly Designer Series paper is amazing. It's in the Very Vanilla and the Night of Navy with gold. And what looks nicer with gold is navy, black, or very vanilla. And it also, I'm going to be showing off some of this Stars at Night. I'm going to be using some of this. We're using the Very Vanilla this time. I'm a little short on the navy because of a class that I just had with it. But I'm going to be showing, like I say, we're going to be playing with this Stars at Night. Now, this comes with a hybrid embossing folder, and a lot of people have asked me how to use it. So I'm actually going to show you how this hybrid embossing folder works. Oh, excuse me. It's actually very, very easy to use, but I just want to show you how it works and how easy it really is. All right. So like I say, this is a Diamond Easel Fold card. It's a very simple card. So let me just go in and let's get the base cut. Now, there's lots of different ones out there. There's ones that are out there that uses a 6 or a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock. A lot of people don't have that, or unless you're a scrapbooker, you don't have it. But I like using on a card base. I like to use the thick basic white or the thick Very Vanilla. And then this way, at least by using this, what's going to happen is that it's sturdier, but I've cut it down in size to make it so that you can use just 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. So I have this cut at 5 inches by 10 inches, and we're going to go in and we're going to score this. So I'll just bring my scorer down. Now I'm using this scoring blade. Remember now that you can get these scoring blades at, off of the online exclusives, and that is amazing because they used to fall out quite a bit. So I'm going to score this in half. So I'm going to go in and score it 5 inches. And then I'm also going to go halfway in between there. So half of the 5 inch is at the 2.5 inch mark there, like this. And then what we want to do, because this is a diamond fold card, I'm just going to leave that trimmer close by because I know I'm going to need it again. So what we want to do is we want to take our ruler and we want to mark this at the halfway mark. Remember, this is a modified one. I just want this to show an easy one, and then there's some beautiful ones to be able to use with way more ins and outs to it. Now, this, like I say, I've scored it, and I've folded it down so that we can see it. Now, this tick mark is at 2.5 inches, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to draw a very faint, and you don't have to, you could line this up, but because this is really important that this measurement is right. So I'm just going to go in and do that very lightly with my pencil, and we'll go on to the other side and use it. So with that tick mark, and just like that. And then because of our fantastic trimmers, hello. Morning, Kath. Hello, Marjorie and Jeanne and Lorraine. Oh my goodness. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this center fold there and this line right there, and I'm going to make sure it's in the track on this trimmer, and I'm just going to cut that off just like that. And then we're going to do it on the other side. And just go down and do that as well. Hello, Leona. And Pat, good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're at. Now, this, I could leave this fold and we could do it like this. Now, this is a special size envelope that you would need, which would be a 5x5 envelope. But I'm going to turn around and I'm going to make this into a diamond. Like I say, this is a little modified from some that you might see. They might be a mixture of a couple of them. And I'm just going to go and I'm just going to mark this very lightly again. And like that. Now, if I wanted to, I could measure that, but it's almost easier to do it this way because I don't have that score line to match it up with. So we're just going to go and get that lined up as well. So we want that pencil line right in this groove line right here. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Now we can discard those or we could use them. And I have a way that you could actually go and use it. So I'm just going to go there. And we're going to now check for if we have any oh, and I can see I didn't get that close, but I'm just going to come in with my eraser and just do that. So that's how this is going to work. And this is going to work as an easel like so. Now, I guess if you wanted to, you could turn around and you could put a score line here and then use a regular type envelope, but you can go ahead and make your own size envelopes on here. So now what we want to do is we want to decorate this. So I am using that Shining Brightly Designer Series paper, and I don't even know where I put my paper pack here. Oh, here we go. And I am going to use the Very Vanilla ones. So I thought this would look really nice with this white, or the Very Vanilla and the white. So this piece here, I've just got to check my things here, is going to be, this piece here is 2 3/8 by 4 7/8, and that's just going to fit along there. And then this piece here is 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. So let's go ahead and just glue that together. I have a new glue, so it's going to just, it really came out quite quickly this morning when I was playing around. Now, like I say, you could use any of this Designer Series paper. I had a lot of this design, so I thought, well, I'll use this design. Now, this might be one of those cards that you could put into one of those clear things that you get when you get your die cuts and everything else. Look at that. All right. And then this piece is just going to go up here. So just put that on. The more glue you put on, the more wiggle room and the more of a chance that it has to move on you. Let's just put that right on there. And it's just a fine edge around there. This is like this. So let's just make sure that that's good and stuck on there. Now I went and I cut 2 of these pieces, and these are the Night of Navy. Now I use my scorer, and I don't think it really matters if you have a good trimmer in there or not. I tend to get some of that ridge on there, so I'm just going to come in with my bone folder. I just want to get that ridge off, so I'm just running it along those edges. Now, these pieces here happen to be, this one happens to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that is just going to go down here onto this part. Now I've cut 2 of those because this is going to go here. And then this piece is going to go right here. Just going to line that up right there as well. All right, so let me go and I'll put this piece on here. Now, one thing to be aware of is that it is only on this part, so you don't want to glue that part. So I'm just going to come in with my glue, and I'm going to go in so that it doesn't go and attach up here. So let's just go and put that in there. And see, that's where that's going to go, like that. Now, on this part here, and I should have done this first, is we could put a sentiment here, or this is where you could actually do your writing. And on my particular card, this is where I'm going to be doing my writing to the person. So now this second piece, we're just going to go ahead and put that down there, and we can do all of it together. See, this is a very simple one. Just shows that sometimes you don't have to go that difficult on here. Just like that. And then I went and I cut these 2 pieces here. And these ones happen to be, let's see, 2 1/4, I believe, by 2 1/4. Yes, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Now, what you want to do is we want to cut this so that it's in half. So I'm just going to come in here, and I'm just going to match that corner up there and this corner down here. And let's bring the trimming blade. And then we've got that like that. Now I could mat these. Like I say, I'm going for the simpler one. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that right up there. And this one right there. And then we're going to start doing our stamping and our die cutting to show how we can add decoration to this. So just like this. This is one of those cards that could sit up on a mantle, and it would look so pretty up on a mantle. And another thing that you could do, if we decided that you didn't want to cut this edge off here, you could have left it just square at the bottom as well. All right, so let's put this right here. There we go. So this is our card so far. And of course, we have to do something here, but we're going to have to decorate this as well. Now, what we could do at this point is we could do, I could do another very vanilla piece, and I just might do that. I'm not sure. We'll check it out in just a second. But I have a piece of this gold foil, and I've cut this 4 1/2 by 5 1/2, I think. And I just wanted to make sure that I got enough of this gold in here. Now, this is the hybrid embossing folder. So what you want to do is you take the back side, the non-cutting side, and line it up with this side of the Stampin' Up. And when it goes in here, it kind of just sort of sits in there. And now this is going to cut and emboss at the same time. So what I want to do is I want to come in, put my foil on the bottom. And like I say, I wanted to make sure I had it all covered. I'm just going to close that down. And see, from this side, I can see where it's going to cut. And I just want to make sure that that's there. So I'm just going to bring in my cut and emboss machine. whoops, we just have this like this. We're going to use the number 1 plate. We're putting this through with the crease here. And then I'm coming in with my number 4 plate, this one here. And we're just going to do it because that's like a thick embossing folder. And I'm just going to run that through on here. And that is really close, so you're not really seeing too much of that. I could have done that off screen, that's for sure. But we'll just take that out. My embossing. And now you'll see how this cut and embossed, and then you also have this beautiful embossed area here. Now I know that you could use that for something. So just like that. So, and this is where I thought this could go here, but you know what? I think this I said was, what did I say this was? It was 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. I'm going to go with a piece of very vanilla, and I'm going to do it 3 inches by 3 inches. And I think what I'll do first is I'll run this through with that same embossing folder, but without the die cuts on there. So let's, no, I think what I'll do is I'll cut this 3 inch by 3 inch to begin with so that we know exactly where that's sitting. And by 3 inch because that's 3 1/4, right? And we'll bring in that embossing or that cut and emboss again, or maybe I'll just do it off to the side here. And I'm just going to line this up kind of like this, so that we're going to get some of that embossing on there. I'll just come in with my 2 plates there, run that through, because you can't really see too much when it's on here. There we go. And then you'll see how this just is embossed and not cut. So that just kind of gives a bit of embossing around here. Like I say, this is going to go up on an easel here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there right now. Now, I didn't necessarily have to line this star up, but I thought that it might just add to a little bit. Let's just put that there. And then I also, from that die cut, there's this fantastic, it's a sentiment, and that's what we're going to use to hold this easel up. So I'm going to go, and I think I will emboss that with gold embossing powder. And I know I have a, there we go, we'll have a embossing thing here. And we're going to use gold because we might as well tie in the gold with everything. So use the Versamark. Now, I need to put some padding down here because this one doesn't have any padding behind it. Let's see. I can use a paper piercing mat. So let me move. In between a couple of classes, and then I've got a class tonight that I go and I pack up for it, and then I end up taking stuff away, and that's when I forget to take stuff at night for it. So I'm just going to come in here, and we're just going to line this up, wishing you a best and brightest holiday season. And then we're going to put that on with our gold embossing powder. Just like so. Now, a lot of people ask me why I use a piece of cardstock on here. I don't like a spoon in here. I find this gets very, very staticky. And as soon as I put a spoon inside my embossing powder, what happens is that I end up with embossing powder all over my desktop. So that's why I use the cardstock, because it doesn't really stick unless you have the Versamark on there. So let's just get this in there. Oops. So I don't know what blog post this is going to go in. Really don't know. Anybody that also gets added to my email list, my newsletter list, and there is a link down below here for the email list. You'll be signed up for the 12 days of Christmas inspiration and different kind of things you can do for Christmas. All right, so this, I thought this would look nice if it has the gold behind it. And you know what? Originally what I thought I would do is cut that in half, but I think I'm okay to leave it that way. I'm going to put on some dimensionals on here. Come in with this. And this is just going to fit on here. Now this, like I say, is going to be like holding our easel point up, but I'm going to put some, oh, that's not even straight. That's definitely an easier way to find out if it's straight by turning it over to the back. There's a tip for you. Wasn't even planning on sharing that one. And then let's put some more dimensionals on here so that this will help prop up that. You know what? I think we'll put one more here as well. There we go. And then this is just going to go right in here. There's our easel. Just like that. Now, let's decorate this front part. Now, if you want, you can use this foil and cut out a bunch of different stars, because there's some great stars in with these here. There's also stars to cut out some of these other shapes here. But I happen to have a few spare, so I'm going to put this here. Let's go ahead and put that there. But we also have these two, and I'm wondering if they can be put on there. Or maybe just on the inside. I might put it just on the inside and put stars around. That's the way I'm going to do it. So we'll put some more on here. One in the middle, or maybe one on this side, one on that side. Might be a bit of overkill on the dimensionals, but it is kind of nice. That's just going to go in here. Now we have, you could use navy stars on here, or you could use gold stars. I happen to have a couple of each. Thanks to Kathy. Hello, Karen from Scotland. All right, so let's go ahead and put some of these on there. I'm going to use little dimensionals to pop those up as well. And do I want, I can actually go here and put, see what that looks like there. You know, this one might be better to have right here. Yeah, you know, I'm going to put that there. And I'm not going to put dimensionals on there. Oh, thank you. Like I say, I think it'd be really, really nice with the other designer series paper, the navy one, but I'm so short on that paper I have another idea of what I want to do. So, all right. So I could also use these. These still are on back order, so or not orderable at this point. But let's use one of these. Let's use. I don't know if I even want to put those on there. I think these stars are nicer. And there's a long one here as well. Whoops. That one looks like it got cut off. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and put those on there. So like I say, this is the easy one of a diamond fold easel card. I have another one that I was going to do, but I think this is a good one to start with. Put that there. Oops. I'll just put these on there as well. And you know, no, I was thinking that Winkostella might look okay on here, but it does. It makes amazing cards. It's just one of those easy ones to make cards with. See, and you could do that. Or let me show you how this would look also with a navy one right in the middle. You know what? I think I'm going to leave that. The navy white might even look quite nice on there instead of the gold. But I'm just going to, because there's quite a bit of bulk there, we're going to let this sit for a second. Get that glue on that gold and it'll make such a mess. There we go. It's kind of just off the edge there, so. There we go. So there we go. There is our Diamond Easel Fold card. And then that's what it looks like that. I guess we could have put one here, eh? Put one there if you wanted to. I'm just going to take that off though. And then that's the way that it folds. But yeah, you could have put one down there even with the dimensionals, because when you fold this, this is raised up as it is like that. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you give that a try. Like I say, I went very, very simple on this particular one, just so that you've got kind of a beginning part on there. Thanks, Jan. It's a very easy fold. Like I say, that was because it was on the team page that it was posted. I'm actually going to go side by side on here so you see it. In any event, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that gives you the inspiration to go ahead and make one on your own. Also, make sure that you join me tomorrow. Tomorrow's my technique, so it'll be 4:30 Pacific time, where I'll share a technique with you or a variation of another technique. You know what? I didn't put any ribbon on there. No, I don't think we need any ribbon. Anyways, it is, Jan. It's very easy. I can't stress, this is the easy way of doing this easel fold card, because there's a lot that are a lot more difficult to do. And I just thought for this particular one, there's enough going on with this particular designer series paper that you don't need to have it with that much. Okay, so 4:30 tomorrow Pacific time. Remember, if there's a technique that you want to see done, or if I've done a technique that's very similar to it, I could do a variation of that technique. Just reach out to me. I'd love to be able to do that for you. If you like that, give me the thumbs up. Share my video. I really do appreciate it. And if you do live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Yeah. I really do appreciate it. I am sending out, a lot of people have already or have got it already in the mail, my thank you card kit that I have. And that is on a fancy fold, a diorama card. You'll be getting a PDF showing other designer series paper and product that's used from the annual catalog. And that is also available to my team members that attend the meeting. So, in any event, you guys have a great day. Remember to create because it's great for the soul. And we will see you tomorrow, 4:30 Pacific time. Bye for now.